There are two things that are going to be detrimental to a man that will influence your relationship with him. The first thing is going to be the company that he keeps. The second thing is going to be the content that he interacts with.
The number one issue a man will tell me in therapy, I hear every single week, is Sean, my wife, my lady, my girl, my fiance doesn't respect me as a man. The oxygen that your man needs from you, respect and admiration. She emasculates me. She doesn't follow my leadership. She speaks to me like one of the children. She's independent. I'm no longer admired. She doesn't spend time with me. I say something about how the house looks. She gets mad. And ladies, I need y'all to hear me. It is hard for a man to deeply love a woman who doesn't respect her. I know you want love and you deserve love. And yes, love should be unconditional, but respect should be unconditional too.
We are in a male self-help epidemic when really it is just using the insecurity of men to make them go against women and make them hate women. And I don't even need to say the name of what these genres are, but I found a video that it seems like it's coming from a good place, but I really want to dismantle what this man is talking about because it is extremely harmful and it is extremely dangerous. The word emasculate should tell you a lot about how men view themselves. There is no gender equivalent from the female standpoint that would match up to the word emasculate. Because to be masculine in the terms in which we talk about them is in regards to a social construct. It requires men to wear a legitimate mask to present out into society. It is an external way that they must be viewed by society in order for them to feel like a man. There is no such thing for that as a woman. And physically, men can literally be emasculated. The phallus that they have can quite literally be cut off. No one can reach inside of a woman and take out her uterus. Unless she's getting surgery, of course. But when men say the word emasculate, they're admitting the fact that they are extremely fragile. And that in order for them to not feel so fragile and weak, you have to reduce yourself down as a woman in order to make them feel like somebody. Because the baseline for a man is a nobody. The baseline feeling for a man is a nobody. Unimportant. Invisible. Because human to human on our daily interaction, respect is a baseline. For you to say please and thank you. For you to get out of somebody's way when you are obstructing their path. For you to listen to someone complete their full thought in a conversation. These are all things that we have been taught through just basic, regular being a civilian is respect. At my own job, we literally have meetings and I am allowed to voice my opinion at said meetings. There is an expectation from my boss to take into account of what it is that I am saying. And legally, even if this doesn't happen or if there is some harm put against me in that form, I can do something using law in order to try to help mitigate this issue. But the issue is not that men want respect. What they actually want is worship. Because men are never saying that women are so disrespectful that they cannot follow the regular civil rules of respect that we display on a daily basis with other people. They are asking you to put them so high on a pedestal that you don't say anything. You allow everything. You turned a blind eye to any behavior that is harmful to you. That is not respect. That is worship. But they don't want to say the word worship because they would understand that that word would be selling the fact that they just want a slave. They just want to feel powerful because they understand that on their baseline, they don't have any. They don't have power to give birth. They don't have any power to alchemize. They are not connected to source. This is why the male genitalia is external, because it literally can be removed. It literally can be cut off. The extension that creates them to be a man can literally be taken off. So, from the beginning of time, men have created artificial ways in which that part of them has to be protected because it is so fragile, because it is just so quote unquote precious that everyone has to walk on eggshells around it. Being a decent human being to a man is never going to be enough. You being nice, you actually being respectful to a man, it is never going to be enough for them. They have to see you in a predicament where you are miserable, where you are sacrificing, where you have completely lost yourself, because that is the only way for them to feel powerful. Because they get to look at you and say, wow, she gave up so much of herself because I am worthy. Be careful of the men in your life that are listening to this type of rhetoric. I always deem it as a red flag when a man talks about he demands respect, he's looking for respect. He's not talking about respect. He wants someone to worship him. He wants someone to completely abandon themselves in order for him to feel like a man. If a man cannot feel like a man on his own being within himself, he was never a man to begin with. There is no amount of sacrificing that you are going to be able to do as a woman. There is not enough forgiveness that you are going to be able to do to make a man feel like a man, because it's internal. That's why their genitalia is external, because it is a reflection of them realizing that they have to fill themselves internally. No one outside of them is able to do the work for them. This is the reason why the male, it's never going to be enough for the male. It's never going to be enough for the male because they are hollowed out on purpose, and they don't realize that you have to be your own person to fill in that hollow part of you. This is why for women, all of our things are internal. Our genitalia is internal because we have to create life. We have to already reach inward to be able to generate something outward. Men don't have that ability. If a man ever talks to you and brings up the word respect, run. He is not talking about you respecting him. He is talking about you worshiping him. There should never be a thing outside of yourself that you are worshiping besides yourself. The only person that you should be worshiping is yourself. There should never be a person outside of you that you should be worshiping. No one is ever going to be able to pay you back with your soul, with your time, with your effort, if you decide to give that up to go worship another person. It's never going to happen, and you're going to lose yourself every single time. Why would you worship someone that already feels so empty and hollowed out that the only way that they can feel a sense of importance is to see you completely miserable, unhappy, angry, bitter, the things that they claim that they don't want you to be, but yet they want you to take on these roles of doing so happily. They want you to be angry and pretend like you're happy. They want you to be jaded and pretend like you're being optimistic. Never take on the role that a man is supposed to do on himself to prove to you that he is worthy. It is his responsibility to do so. If you're a woman, men are never going to like you. Men are highly incentivized by the patriarchy to hate women. Men get a lot of perks by the patriarchy when they can prove how much they dislike women and they cannot stand women. But simultaneously, they need to perform for the patriarchy to show that they can obtain and have a woman to be able to extract her for her labor, because it is a sign of them having value. This is why men can marry you and be in a relationship with you and still hate your fucking guts. As women, we have to quit waiting until men fully display that they hate you with a very strong action before you realize that they actually can't fucking stand you. Men are only nice to women that they want to fuck, and they're only nice to them so that they can fuck them. And then once they fuck them, they don't see the need to be nice to them anymore. And I know I'm being very harsh with my verbiage and being very blunt, but this tends to be the only language in which women can really grasp the concept just on how much men hate you and how men really only have community over hating women and over sports and the gym and like video games. Like, this is why men are always saying that us women that are in the decentering men space, we make hating men our personality, because it's a part of the personalities that a man has to have. A part of the male's personality is for him to hate women, while also requiring him needing a woman to prove that he is worthy. So if a man doesn't deem you as someone that he can use as a status symbol, he's going to ignore you. He's not going to pay any attention to you. And if you are somebody that he deems that he can sleep with, he's going to be nice to you just so that he can sleep with you. And then in the middle line of that is when they realize that you are somebody that they could probably have a little bit of value from by telling everybody that they are married to you, while simultaneously hating you, because in a man's world, the two things can coexist. Because men are highly incentivized to not like women. This is the reason why you don't hear about men being excited to get married. It's only women that are excited about that. The old ball and chain, she wore me down. She forced me to marry her. I have to have a man cave. From the beginning of time, men have talked about dealing with women over long periods of time with complete disdain, because they do not like us. They only see us as a way to do their time and serve whatever it is that they need to serve in order to honor the patriarchy. It's no different than them getting a car so that way they can have transportation. It's no different than them getting an apartment or a house in order for them to have shelter. It's no different than them having to get food because they need it for their survival. They may not always have access to the car that they want, or live in the area that they want to live in, or have access to the food that they like regularly, but it is a requirement. No matter how much they hate having those things and they wish they could do without or have something better, it is a requirement. A man being there is not ever going to be enough basis for you as a woman to believe that a man actually likes you. They like what you can do for them. They like the status that can come along with you being in their life to prove to the patriarchy that they are valuable and that they are worth something. This is why you should never ever give credit to a man that is present in your life. Trust me, he's there not because he wants to be there. He is there because he feels obligated, because he understands that I don't have anything else to prove to the patriarchy. I don't have a whole lot of money. I don't have anything going on for myself. But a woman at least lets the patriarchy know, hey, I'm somebody important. At least somebody wants me.